Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a quick review of the Corsair H80i GT. It's not exactly a brand new one, but it's one of Corsair's most recent CPU coolers that they've released. Seeing as it's in the 80 series, it's geared towards the mid-end to high-end CPU cooling kind of standard, I guess, and this is designed to compete with dual 120mm radiators, or rather 240mm radiators. And this is because this actually features a double thick radiator design. So the radiator, instead of being maybe that thick, it's more like that thick, and I'll be showing you that later on when it's installed in the computer. So this is actually comes with two Corsair SP120L fans, designed for a push-pull configuration. Because this is such a beefy radiator, it needs a lot of airflow to be able to suck the air through and push it back out again. Pretty much on the box just has some basic, the usual info at the back telling you how good it is. On the front's got a nice picture, and yeah, it just basically outlines the different features. It's got a full copper plate that on the part that connects to the CPU. As you can see, it uses this, is that a hexagon or octagon? It uses this strange design here rather than the square or the circle one that have been so common in coolers these days. Rather, it uses this kind of one, which is also used in the H100i GTX, H110i GTX, and so on. There are actually two versions of this: the H80i GT and H80i V2. And the reason is because there were some compatibility issues with this on certain motherboards, so they've released the V2 to basically fix up their mounting bracket system so that it works. It's more compatible with other motherboards as well. I personally haven't had any issues with it at all. Installing was a breeze. But what I'll do now is I'll actually show you the installation and how it looks once it's been installed in the computer. So I have it here inside my computer. As you can see, it's got the light up Corsair logo. Pretty much there's nothing really that different from a normal radiator. You can't really see it, but it's got a double thick radiator which is about this thick, so it actually goes out to about here, and then this last bit is the fan, and the last bit is the fan. I've actually replaced the two fans with Cooler Master's Sickle Flow X, because I found the Corsair fans were pretty noisy on performance mode, and even on quiet mode they weren't that quiet at all. So what I've done is I've replaced them with these, and then those have gone straight into the motherboard, and then I can control it from there. As you can see, it uses this braided kind of design on the actual hoses for the CPU. I've got it drawing in air from the back, exhausting it out here, and immediately getting exhausted back out by two Corsair fans. And now what we'll do is, now that I've shown you that, we'll switch over to some benchmarks on the computer and see how hot it runs. Okay guys, so I've got Prime 95 loaded up here, and we've got MSI Afterburner loaded as well for our temperatures. So it's probably about 20 degrees outside, and as you can see we're idling around the 35 to 40 degrees mark, which is good because I've had the computer on for a while, and it's been running stuff, it's been running games, so it's still a little bit hot. You can probably expect it to go a bit lower, but here in Australia the weather isn't so good in terms of temperatures, so generally this cooler is going to be working pretty hard. I will say that I have got the actual fan and the pump set to I believe quiet mode, because the pump can get a bit noisy on performance, but as we'll see, quiet mode is pretty sufficient in most circumstances. It's got, just having a look at the Corsair Link here program, we can control the LED, and we can have a warning when the water level gets to a certain temperature. And this is actually really good software, this Corsair Link. It monitors all your temperatures in one place, allows you control it all. As we can see, we're running on an i7-3770. This is the non-K version, so it's not overclocked. But yeah, so we got around 35 degree idle. Let's launch Prime 95 and give it a bit of a run and see how hot it gets. Okay, just had a bit of trouble there. Now I've launched Prime 95 again. As you can see, we're still getting 35-degree idle temperatures. Let's launch it and see how it goes. So the test is actually still running, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my headset microphone up by the computer so you can actually hear what it's like. So as you can hear, that's pretty quiet. Most of that noise you hear is actually because of the graphics card, because it's the Gigabyte edition, so it's 3 fans, and it seems to get a bit hot. So I actually need to reapply thermal paste. But that's actually where the majority of the noise is coming from. If you've seen one of my previous videos, I did a review of the Corsair H60, and that's what I had before this, and noise levels are very, very similar. Once again, in terms of cooling performance, this is a pretty good upgrade from that. As you can see, running Prime 95, go away ITG, running Prime 95, we're maxing out at about 54 degrees, 55 degrees. As you can see over here, our maximum is 54. And actually running this recording software that I'm using, NVIDIA Shadowplay, puts more stress on the CPU as well. So this is a very, very well performing CPU cooler. In a lot of instances, this outmatches the Corsair H100i and comes very close to the H110i and the H115, I think it is. So this is a very good option for people who don't necessarily want to have the double radiator, the 240mm radiator, but they still want to have that high-end performance. Now, I could have gone with the H100i, but in that case that I had previously, it didn't actually officially have support for it. You kind of had to just screw it in using not the fan holes, rather the fan grill though. So yeah. So as you can see, guys, this has been running for a fair bit of time now, and the temperatures aren't fluctuating at all. They're sticking around that 52, 53 mark. As you can see, they got to a maximum of 55. Minimum of 24, I think that was when I turned it on earlier. So yeah, this is definitely a very valuable option, not only for people who just want really low temperatures, but also for people who overclock. These are 73770s, they're Ivy Bridge architecture CPUs, and they're known to run quite hot even on stock, which I actually noticed when I still had my Corsair H60. And we're actually in the middle of summer here in Australia, so I think a lot of people are going to need coolers like this, especially if they're running overclock chips with adjusted voltage, that'll raise the temperature. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next time. I want to do more reviews like this. I'm trying to get back into YouTube, doing more videos. But yeah, leave any suggestions or anything down in the comment section below. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.